Hello, Metal Nation. This is Podcast Them Down. I'm Tim. That's Mike. And here are the metal promo reviews, where we read metal promos, then decide how many ears each promo will warrant from each of us, up to 2 ears. Because that's how many I have, and I assume that's how many you have. All right.
It's debatable.
All right, first, out now, Saint Vermin, Together as None, black metal from Malta. Release date January 20th, 2023, digitals and CD. The label is Pest Tanz Klangschmiede. All right. Track list, Plague of Suicide, The Savior We Do Not Want, Servant of the Dark, Together as None, The Cosmic Eye, Against God. All right, this one's really, really wordy. Here we go.
Oh,
Together
boy.
as None is the debut EP from the rising Maltese one-man band Saint Vermin. Together as None is a limited release of only 300 CDs and will also be available on all major streaming platforms. That's it. So the album cover is like a so it's picture that Dark Throne album cover and then remove even more color. It's just
it's like a, how many colors are there? There's,
let's see.
3.
There's white, there's gray, and there's dark
black.
gray and black.
And black. So this is a 4 color.
So four if you count black. So
There we go.
Normally I don't read these one-man bands, but he's from Malta. So that's what caught my eye. That's it. That's the whole thing.
There's another Saint Vermin.
Yeah, so I found that surprising. They were from the US, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot how to spell saint.
All right. I'll say this of this EP, like, it's the names are very, how best to put it? Like they're fairly brutal sounding. The Savior we do not want. The Cosmic Eye. Against God sounds like a deicide song.
Right.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot here to judge. One thing I do find fascinating is that on Metal Archives, it says that this EP is limited to 300 copies. And there's something bizarre about putting out a press release to try to sell something of which you only have 300, but
well,
it makes
on
sense.
top of that, but it's also a digital release, so it's like, who cares?
Yeah. Good point.
We have 300 copies of a dying medium.
So yeah. I don't
There are
know.
additional notes on Metal Archives. It says comes in 4-panel digisleeve with 8-panel booklet included, all lyrics. And and there's a promo photo. You know, those would have been nice to put in here in this promo. Just saying. So, yeah, I'll go first. You know, this would be no ears. It's a one-man black metal project. There's no one to tell this person whether the ideas are good or not. However, it's Maltese. So that's going to warrant half an ear alone. So I got half an ear on this.
Yeah, I was going to say half an ear. It's just not... I'm not completely disinterested, but there's just not enough here, I think, to really catch my ear, as it were.
Yes, I have been burned many times in the past by one-man black metal projects. So, all right, next up, and this one's not on Metal Archive, so you're gonna have to go to the Bandcamp page. This is DRUNEMETON. Age of Nameless Things and Gods, dark heathen metal from Serbia. That's spelled DRUNEMETON.
Okay.
Label is Der Schwarze Tod, which I believe is the Black Death. This came out last April. So April 6th, 2022. Digital and CD, that is. Serbia, Dark Heathen Metal track list. The Celebration, Lord of the Grove, Memorial Stone of Sorrow, The Sacred Grove. They love groves. Of Nameless Things and Gods. We Had Grown Like Trees. Culture Dies in Fire. Spirits Leave the Land. For fans of Waylander, Primordial, Moonrutel, and Ancient Rites. DRUNEMETON, a Serbian dark heathen metal band, has released their latest album, Age of Nameless Things and Gods, on April 6, 2022, via label Der Schwarze Tod. The album is available in both digital and CD format. Okay, I mean, that's what you said before. The release is dedicated to the times when the gods did not have names and the old religion was being persecuted in rural areas of Europe. The band explores the theme of persecution by the church and secular court during these times. And the Bandcamp is DRUNEMETONX-thesacredgrove.bandcamp.com. So DRUNEMETONEX thesacredgrove.bandcamp.com. And so they have a promo photo that's one guy who looks like he's, he got separated from the rest of the LARP. I mean, almighty. It's or like it's a page in a folk metal booklet,
Looks like one of our band photos for ISENMOR, basically.
It does. And then the artwork looks kind of like a wood carving. It's a night scene, and there's mountains, but the mountains have antlers, and it kind of like there's a forest and it's on fire. It's all very monochrome. There's some sort of goddess with a spear, and like a fur coat, very Eastern European. And then there's soldiers with shields, and there's swords in the ground, and fallen shields, and horses that have drawn a carriage. It's quite busy. There's no band logo or title on this artwork, I've noticed, which is strange.
I kind of appreciate like the balls it takes to do that, though. You know what I mean? It's like it stands enough on its own that you don't even you're just gonna look at the art and say like, okay, I want to know what that is. Yeah,
they
aesthetically
they are on Metal Archives. They are listed under the Russian one because I guess the guy was originally from Moscow, but now he's in Serbia.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know. Yeah, I see. It says country of origin Russia.
There are two guys. It's Granus. Again, this would have been nice to put in the promo. There's Granus, who does everything 2015 to present. And then there's also A.R. Majova, vocals, keyboards, 2019 to present. So everything except for what A.R. Majova does, I suppose.
I mean, it sounds like the aesthetics here, the names of the tracks. I mean, it's like, it sounds sweet. You know what I mean? Like it sounds kind of badass here. Culture dies in, I guess I am slightly worried about tracks with names like Culture Dies in Fire. Just because I've been burned by liking, I've been burned by pagan metal bands in the past.
I'm reading the lyrics. They seem
benign,
superficial,
Okay.
It's just vague. They witchcraft. And so the fire began to lick the heels. Throats emitted the uttered cries. They're burning witches. It's about burning witches.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So,
but that is definitely a salient worry these days.
Yes. Overall, though, I mean, like the cover art is busy, but I think it looks cool. The names, Age of Nameless Things and Gods.
I like that.
Badass. Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say an ear and a half. That's where I'm at with this.
Well, I can't help but notice the CD is limited to 300 copies, according to Metal Archives. By the way, I don't know if you're aware, but 300 is often the fewest amount of CDs you can get pressed with a glass master.
I did not know that.
And it's hard to find a place that'll do fewer than 500. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. But if they got pressed CDs, they got the bare minimum, which means they're losing money on the CDs. So buy them up, I guess.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I'm also going for an ear and a half. This might be right up my alley, but with heathen or folky, like, see, I have a hard time saying folk metal because that could mean such stupid, terrible crap, But it seems like this is in the realm of serious folk metal, which is more what I know both you and I like. Yeah. So ear and a half. I think that's fair. All right, last one. We're breezing through these. We're good at this today.
Yeah, apparently.
Usually it's all tangents. Let's see what happens here. February release, Ascension. Under the Veil of Madness. Label, Marquee/Avalon. Release date, February 24th, 2023. Digital and CD. I wonder if it's labeled limited to 300 copies. This is power metal from the UK, so I'm all over it.
All right.
Track list, Sayonara, Megalomaniac, Defiance, Monsters, Set You Free, Last Winter's Night, Under the Veil of Madness, Power of 1,000 Suns, Pages of Gold, and then the Japanese bonus track, God of Death. That's so 90s of them. The Japanese bonus track. I love it. For fans of Halloween Angra Galnerius, Rhapsody. I refuse to call them Rhapsody of Fire. So Rhapsody. Stradivarius, Dragon Force, Gamma Ray, Blind Guardian, Sonata Arctica, Symphony X, Dragonland, Lost Horizon. After years of hard work, Ascension will release their second album, Under the Veil of Madness, on February 24th, 2023 worldwide. The band has also signed an exclusive deal with the label Marquee/Avalon for a special Japanese release at the end of March 2023. The album aims to stand out in the power metal genre by incorporating symphonic and melancholic themes in addition to the band's trademark shredding and powerful drums and vocals. Under the Veil of Madness delves into the topic of lunacy and psychotic behavior, with the story revolving around characters being poisoned by a cursed collection of musical manuscripts known as the Pages of Gold, created by a mysterious and unnamed dark composer with the intent of bringing death and misery to the world. In the lead up to the album release, Ascension has released 2 music videos, Megalomaniac and Sayonara, which have garnered nearly 500,000 views and received critical acclaim. More music videos will be released in the coming weeks, with fans encouraged to follow the band on YouTube and social media to stay updated. You can pre-save the album, pre-order the CD at Big Cartel website, ascensionband.co.uk, no Bandcamp link. The photo that I'm sorry. The photo they have for the music video is I don't even know how to describe this. It's a guy in a white room wearing a black t-shirt and a black sport jacket, wearing mirrored aviators, and he has a big old bushy beard, and he's singing, but it's like it looks like a Jack Black lookalike.
Yeah. And the on Metal Archives,
that's their singer.
It clearly is the same photo shoot because he's dressed the same way.
Oh yeah, well, they must have done that photo shoot at the music video, because the picture of the band here, I can't tell what season it's supposed to be, because you have you have guys in coats. Oh, well, and then there's a guy with no sleeves, right?
Yeah.
And he's the drummer because he's holding drumsticks. So maybe that's why he doesn't need a coat. Everyone else is cold because they're not doing anything. But, okay, drummer has his heart rate up. So he doesn't need a coat.
So looking at this album art, it's a bunch of guys standing in front of the Triforce.
It is. But it's like a titanically sized Triforce.
Yeah. Now it looks cool. Like, the album art is actually pretty cool. In terms of like the description from that promo, I feel like it goes between sounding menacing and goofy. You know what I mean? It's it's like talking about, death and da-da-da from the Dark Composer. It's like, oh, you had me and you lost me.
Right. It sounds to me like it's somewhere between any Rhapsody album and that Dream Theater album that they pretend they didn't write.
Oh, I still like that album, the Astonishing.
Yeah, the Astonishing. It sounds like if Rhapsody tried to write the Astonishing. Nice. That Dream Theater album's fine. This is probably an episode for another day, but they since that tour ended, they have not addressed it, acknowledged it, mentioned it in any way. Zero at all.
It's weird. I really enjoyed it, but
it's like when Metallica stopped playing Saint Anger stuff for a while. It's just like, what are you talking about?
Before we move on, I have to address the vocalist, Richard Carney, because he's in two bands. Okay. One, Ascension.
Well, yeah.
The other is called Sharky Sharky.
It is.
It's called Sharky Sharky. The lyrical themes of Sharky Sharky are rock, sea, fish, food, imagination. And their first full length came out in 2015, and it's called Super Awesome Mega Rock. Oh, Sharky Sharky is a side project of the power metal band Ascension, using a kids theme to introduce kids to music.
Oh.
Okay. I actually got a lot more respect after that. That's actually okay. Now that I'm in dad mode, that's super cute.
Did you see Sharky Sharky's logo?
It's just two sharks, kind of.
It's two sharks, but like the letters in Sharky make up the shark. Both sharks. And then they got a picture of the band, and who was not dressed very metal at all. They're dressed like dads, and mom. They're standing in front of like a wall of cartoon characters.
I really like the description on Metal Archive. So apparently they're metal enough to be on Metal Archives, for one, and
body count is not.
It seems like a travesty. But it says part of the description says, at this time, only Richard and Fraser are in the band, but they may hire Dick and Stewart from the band Ascension for their live shows. Nick is not involved in the band. This is a weird amount of information about their forward-thinking plans.
Right, I'm not fucking interested. This picture of Richard Carney is, it's him in the vocal booth with the horns. I like this picture. But see, Richard Karn was the guy who played the assistant on Home Improvement on Tool Time. Al Borland.
Oh yeah.
And this guy's also got a little Al Borland in him.
Yeah,
he I mean that in a nice way, not in an insulting way.
In all seriousness, I'm going to give this an ear and a half. I gained a lot of respect for them learning that Sharky Sharky was specifically a kids band. And I think I like the art. I like, goofiness, sure. It'll probably be pretty goofy, but it is power metal, so that's not altogether unsurprising.
So that's where I was going to make a point. This doesn't seem to be goofy, and if it is, it's not self-aware. And
yes.
I hate self-aware, goofy power metal. That's why all 100% of new power metal is shit. And I'm hoping this band has knocked down that 100% of new power metal being shit down. So I am all in 2 ears unless I find out that they're goofy. And if I want goofy, I'll listen to any of those new shitty bands that fucking suck.
Listen to Freedom Call or Dream Evil or...
See,
oh my goodness.
I think they started it. They made, and people weren't angry enough about it so that they, these newer bands like Glory Hammer, and it's weird calling Glory Hammer a newer band, but they're all like, Battle Beast too. Can't fucking stand them. They're terrible. It's like, no. And when Hammerfall did that thing, had the Simpsons reference on the album, I'm like, it literally ruined all Hammerfall for me. So, hope Ascension is serious. 2 ears. I'm gonna put my faith in them.
All right. Sounds right to me.
That's right. Okay, and we'll find out in a future episode if I've been disappointed, and we'll check out Sharky too. Yes,
absolutely.
Okay. Until next time, Metal Nation. Sayonara. See, that's one of the Ascension song titles. Sayonara. You see what I did there?
I remember.
All right.
I remember that.
That was a better ending.
Now we just keep iterating with different song titles.
Until next time, Metal Nation.
Megalomaniac.
Japanese bonus track. Yeah, I used to do that. I should add that again.
Well, I just did it, so you're fine for this one.
Oh, thank you.